Today we're out bait fishing a Cornish estuary on the hunt for rays and making the most of the sun.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the Foul Anglers. Today we are tucked up a beautiful Cornish estuary and we're going to be targeting Thornback rays. We've got both rods set up and out, so I've got two here, we've got two there. All with squid soaked in lugworm blood on. So yeah, I've got my far right rod over there, next one's out there.
And I've got my two out to the left. We're using, all four rods have got sliding ledger pulleys on. So we've cast those out as far as we can. We've got a mixture between 4.0s and 3.0 J hooks. We've never caught a ray before, not from shore anyway. And to be fair, I've never had one from the boat. He's had one. But Harry had one when he went out on a charter. So fingers crossed if we had to pull one up today, that'd be really cool. Get us our first one. Sun's out once again, giving us a little bit of a treat.
It's a lovely day.
So yeah, let's get straight to it.
Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go.
So today, as we're primarily targeting rays, the bites that we're going to be looking out for is a little tap, and that's when they come onto the bait and sit on it and hit the line. So you'll see them sit on it. Give them a minute to eat it, let them swallow it and run off with it. And you'll either get a slow pull over bite like that. That's why we've got our drag set, so hopefully it should pull into it. Or you'll get a slack line bite, which is complete opposite, and that's where your line will go completely slack, and that's where they've started moving towards you instead. Other bites we'll get today are probably some stray dogfish, which are just little rattly bites. We probably won't see any conger as the sun is out. So other than that, we're just going to be looking out for that initial tap and then sitting back and waiting for the bigger lunges.
Skin on trial. For what it's worth, it was worth all the while. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life.
Nothing.
After what looked like a potential ray bite, I struck into nothing. Unfortunately, I think it was most likely a crab looking back at it, but regardless, we got baited up and sent the baits straight back out.
It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life.
Okay, so for this sort of fishing, we're just using big beach casters, casting out like 6-ounce leads. So it's a very big tide, so we just want them to be able to stick to the bottom just that little bit extra. So just a rod that can obviously cast 6 ounces plus your bait. Yeah, so we've got the setups here, two 8,000 size reels, and then two rods that can cast, 6 ounces and bait. So perfect. We've got both rods like that, set up both on Shakespeare tripods, and just cast out like that. But that's generally what you'd need for if you're fishing in a big tide. Obviously, if the tide is a bit smaller, you can get away with lighter lead, so you might be able to get away with lighter rods. But in this instance, it's a very, very big tide at the minute, so just that heavier gear might give us that edge on just keeping our baits where they need to be. Is it?
I may feel like you want, and I guess in a way you do.
Right, we're gonna go for it.
Hold my breath, I'm reveling emotions. I need some space to think this through. Call me all night long. Try to give you hints.
Initially, when I lifted into this bite, I couldn't feel if there was actually a fish on the end or not. However, as it got closer and closer, I started to feel that electric sort of rattle from a fish. Therefore, I was very, very careful on reeling this thing in, as I didn't know how big it was. I think it came in with a little bit of weed on the end, so it did feel bigger than what it actually was. But I was still really, really happy to land this one, and I reeled it in very, very carefully, just to ensure that I didn't lose it.
Finally landed a fish. You will have no concept on the video of how long this has taken. Well, you probably will, because the sun's just not in the sky anymore. There we go. You'll have no concept of how long we have had our baits out to get this fish. It might not seem like something special, but after that amount of time, it really is. I've never had a dogfish give that sort of bite before. That really did seem like a ray. And then I thought I'd bring my bait in because it just stopped doing anything. He must have just been sat with it in his mouth. Just a little doggy. You can see the squid bait hanging out his mouth there. There we go. Fingers crossed we'll be on for some rays now because the tide has started flooding and rays like a flooding tide. So fingers crossed we should hopefully see one or two. It'd be brilliant if we could bring one up. But even if we just keep getting these guys to keep it going, I won't be complaining. But we'll get him unhooked and we'll get him released. So we've just got him unhooked. We don't want to miss the prime bit of the tide, and the bait he spat out was perfectly good to go. So I clipped it back up, sent it out. I'll swap the rods around now. So that's on this rod. He's just chilling there, ready for release, and we'll get him going now. Here he is. What? Oh, what? Didn't even put on a show. I thought he was going to swim out nicely for the camera.
I don't wanna fight with you. I would rather lie.
Especially at this time of year, fishing is most certainly not always about catching, and on this day it was really nice just to get out in the sun. Any fish is a complete bonus at this time of year. If you guys do agree with that and just love getting out no matter what, comment down below. And if you aren't already subscribed to the channel and do enjoy this content, do please subscribe because it really does help us out. And if you're feeling extra nice, drop a like on the video too.
You cry, and I don't wanna fight with you. I would rather lie to you. I promise now's not the right time. And I don't wanna fight with you. I would rather lie to you. I would rather lie.
So when you do hook a ray, they've got like 2 crushing pads, so it's quite important you don't want your fingers in the crushing pads. We just have this T-bar. You can get them online anywhere. It's just a metal T-bar, it's just a metal handle like that, goes down to a hook. And this basically enables you that you can use the leverage of the line and the hook and then pull it out, and that saves your fingers getting caught in the mouth because, well, of any fish, even bullhuss dogfish, if they're a little bit deep hooked and you don't want your hands near the mouth, then that is what we use there. And with that tide coming in behind me, I think that brings it to a nice time to say, let's get packed up.
Fight with you. I would rather lie.
So as the day draws to a close, we thought this would be a good time to wrap it up. We have been fishing for ages. If it gives you an idea, when we arrived, the sun was there, and now it's moved pretty much all the way across the sky to there. I think we've been fishing for best part of about 5 hours, and we've had 1 fish, which is better than a blank, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't the target species and it was quite small. But then it is March, so it is quite hard fishing at this time of year. We definitely won't give up on this mark. We will definitely be catching a ray from this mark at some point in the future. It's a lovely mark, especially on a day like this, when you've just got no one around and it's just really peaceful. But yeah, we've kept our baits going, which is the main thing when bait fishing, and we've got good baits out. So we've not done anything wrong. Well, to our knowledge, if any of you guys do have any tips, we'd love to hear them down below in the comments, because we are not the best or anywhere close to that at bait fishing. So it'd be cool to hear everyone's opinions on what we are doing. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, remember to subscribe and also watch this video that YouTube thinks you'll like. And a comment down below really helps to support the videos. So any comment you have on this video, please leave it down below. Thanks for watching.